going on, guys? Welcome back to the podcast. My name is Kel.
I'm Sarah.
And welcome back to the podcast. And the purpose of this podcast is obviously to have a conversation about faith, about marriage, about love, intimacy, and everything in between that has to do with married life. And welcome back.
Welcome back. We've taken a little break.
Yeah, we take a little break because
June is a busy month for the Fabians.
June is a busy month for us.
We have 4 birthdays this month. We
4?
have Father's Day. We have 4.
Oh, which
3
ones?
on June 10th.
Yes.
And 1 on June 23rd.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah, you're right.
4
You're right.
birthdays.
Yo, there's 6 of us, in the house.
Yeah, 6. A family of 6.
But June is a busy month for us. And,
Very busy, guys. Every weekend we're booked.
Every weekend.
Entire weekend. Not even like Saturday off. Like entire weekend we're booked.
Yeah. And then we're doing the party, the kids' parties in our house.
So it takes a lot of our time.
We're cleaning before
and after. Yeah.
And then back to work.
And then back to work.
And then no days off back to back. So recovering from that.
It's been a month. It's been a month. And we have Father's Day this month as well.
Yes.
So it's been a busy month for the Fabians.
Yes.
It definitely has. I feel like June just got here and it's already leaving. Next week is the last week.
Yeah.
But it's been good. It's a blessing.
Good.
It's a blessing.
Happy birthday, though, baby.
Thank you.
How you feeling?
To me and my 2 babies.
The 2 babies, our 2 babies
of the house. Their birthday are on my birthday. We share a birthday, which is a blessing. I love that I'm able to say I share my birthday with 2 of my kids.
Yeah.
Like, it's a blessing. It really is.
Facts.
And it's been good. My birthday was great thanks to my amazing husband who surprised me.
I did?
Yeah, you did. You surprised me. I was highly surprised. We went to dinner.
Yeah.
I had an outfit for dinner.
Oh, yeah.
And then I had a change of outfit because the hubby surprised me to go to the Romeo Santos concert.
Yeah.
Which landed the day before my birthday. We celebrated the day before my birthday on the 9th because we had the big celebration for the kids on the 10th, our actual birthday. But it was a blessing. It was a blessing. Back in the day, I would have been like, nah, I'm not celebrating my birthday before the day. And now I'm just like, yeah.
No, it was good. It was good.
It was great. Like, I lost my voice.
Yo, we had a good time. City Field.
I lost my voice. A lot has happened. I lost my. I fractured
your wrist.
Well, they say it's not. It's a badly sprained, close to fracture, but they found a hairline fracture on my wrist. So I'm supposed to be wearing a brace, and I took it off because I was cooking, and I forgot to put it back on before we started recording. So I'll have it on tomorrow.
Yeah.
But it was a great birthday, baby. Thank you so much for celebrating me the way you do. My husband, he goes beyond celebrating me. Every detail, every moment, it's priceless. And I appreciate you for that. I appreciate you for celebrating me the way you do and loving on me the way you do.
You're welcome, baby. You know I love you.
I know. You're amazing. You're an amazing man.
Tú no vives sin mí.
Yo sí que no. I do not live without you.
Tú no vas a encontrar otro como yo.
No, absolutely not. That's why this is forever.
Forever.
You put a ring on it.
Claro.
And this is forever. Even in the bad, the great moments. Every moment of our lives.
Yeah.
Tú como que me mira como que you're in love.
Un poquito.
You're looking at me like you in love.
Un poquito.
I don't know if it's poquito. I think it's a lot. You in love?
Un poquito.
I'm highly in love with you. I am like
good.
Big time crushing on you all the time.
Good.
It's funny that we're talking about that because this week, well, a couple of weeks now, like days on and off, I find myself not lashing out, but giving you a little bit of attitude. And it's because I haven't been spending time with you and I get a little emotional. And I guess that's how I caught myself. Like in bed yesterday, I think I told you, right? I was like, we were just laying in bed and watching TV and you were doing your thing. And I was just like, I looked over at you and I'm like, I'm sorry. I've noticed that I get upset, but it's not because you did anything. It's because we've been so busy and we haven't had time for us. And so I get a little upset at that.
I know.
Because I miss you. I love spending time with you. I love our time together. And I miss that because we've been so busy. Our life gets so busy.
And it's just the stress. I think you've been stressed a little bit. I've been stressed and just.
And not stressed with like
prepping.
craziness.
No, just
stressed with prepping
the party
and stuff that we have going on. So
before and after, and then and also that I know the wrist irritates you.
The irritation.
So it limits you to your movement to
do things. And I'm always doing things in the house, washing clothes, putting it. So I have to depend on like the au pair to help me with the clothes and bring. I'm so independent to do things on the go that it's difficult. It's difficult.
And then you had the wrist issue, and then a week later,
you messed it up again. In the birthday party, I get messed up again.
You overdid yourself.
I know. So it's that. It's also that I've been stressed with my arm, and it's just a lot. It's a lot. But I'm happy that we're back recording.
Yeah.
This is therapy for us.
Right.
It is, because this is our time to spend together.
You and me.
Just you and me, baby.
You and me, baby.
I love you. To the moon and back.
To the moon. Entonces, no, baby, so happy birthday, like we said.
Thank you.
And we've had a busy week, busy month, June, and it's still busy, but we just got to fit in the time to do this. And no, what else is new?
I hope they missed us.
Yeah, I think so.
Let us know if you missed us, guys. We definitely missed you guys, for sure. We definitely have missed you guys. We committed to this.
Yeah.
And we're making it our business, but we did have to take a break because there's just too much going on.
Yeah.
Too much.
Claro.
And we still have a birthday coming up.
Yeah. Oh, another one. Zion, our oldest.
Oldest is turning 7.
Turning 7.
Can you believe we have a 7-year-old in our house now? Oh,
and he wanted to go to Dorney Park.
He wants to go to Dorney Park.
So we said, sure. Even better. Not in the house.
I don't have to celebrate.
Sal de la casa.
Celebration and prep and cook and clean, and it's just a lot that takes on that. And we don't do it big, guys. We did a very intimate, small birthday party with kids the ages of my 4-year-old that turned 4 and my 2-year-old that was turning 2. We try to do an age range on that spectrum, kind of. Few here and there that were a bit older, but it's because they're close to us, and so we had them here. But usually for Zion's birthday, we invite like the older kids.
Right.
And so I did send out that invitation to all the older kids and say, hey, we're not doing a big birthday party this year, but we're definitely heading out to Dorney Park.
Yeah.
You're more than welcome to join us.
Facts.
And celebrate him. I mean, he wants everyone to go, but I explained to him, we can't have everybody.
Not everybody can go.
Yeah, because it's going to be on a weekday.
Right. Friday.
So, yeah.
The day after the last day of school.
Exactly.
But no, I'm excited too. I want to go too. Yeah. There's the water section and the dry section, and I haven't been in Dorney Park
we haven't been there in a couple of years.
Probably like 3 years.
Yeah. It's time.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
We have a few people coming out. So that's exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, we're a family of 6. Con nosotros is enough, but we're always welcoming anyone. Like,
facts.
Guys, if you invite me to your birthday party, just know it's 4 kids. So we will probably take over half of the party of your guests, but we're a family of 6, and I love it. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's awesome, like just seeing them interact with each other, and just like the growing up. And we went to go see the Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
Right? We went to go, all of us. And I mean, Ariela didn't sit through the whole movie.
She sat through half.
Half of it. It's a 2-hour movie.
I think it was a little more than half. She sat, and then she was like, all right.
Yeah,
this is enough.
She was fussy, and then.
Yeah, I took her out.
Yeah. But the boys sat through it.
Oh, they loved it.
And they loved that Spider-Man movie. No lie, I think it's in my top 2. Like one of the best animated movies of all time, especially, for me, because I'm a Spider-Man fan, and the history of Spider-Man, and I'm a nerd, and the animation and the graphics was killing it. They were.
But it's funny. I even like the parts where the culture.
Yes, because Miles is half Puerto Rican.
Half Puerto Rican.
Is he? Because
his mom is Puerto Rican.
Right,
but she's born American Puerto Rican.
But hear me out. He's half Puerto Rican, but I think the dad is Spanish too, because Morales is
It's a Spanish.
It comes from the dad.
Yeah.
And Morales is a Spanish last name.
Well,
so maybe.
We have
anyway.
to see the history. I don't know that.
But no, that movie was dope. The culture, there's a lot of multicultural, Black, brown, Indian, Asian. There's all types of cultures, but we related to it because we're Latino. So Like,
and not only that, like our kids, I call my kids papi a lot of the time.
oh yeah,
like, papi, come over here, papi,
or
this,
papa.
or papa. And Miles Morales' mother refers to him as papa or papi at times in the movie, and I can see my kids glowing in
Catching
their
on.
face, and
They're like, wait a
Mommy
minute.
says that.
It's not only in the house.
Yeah, and then also with like the bendición, besando la mano,
Yo.
and so
Yo, that had me here. That, yo, no lie, I had like an emotional moment in that part because of like, I'm like, I focused to teach our kids to say bendición, right?
yes,
And more of a culture, and like we just want to impart the Latin culture to them, to not forget. Yes, now you live in America, but your history and your culture.
yeah, yeah.
And just they don't know what it means. They're like, no, you're asking for the blessing. They're like, what? What's that? What is that?
Right.
They're like, just what do you say when you see me? Oh, bendición, papi. Oh, bendición, mami.
Or even to their grandparents and their
Yeah.
aunts and stuff. But you know what's funny? When I was growing up, I think very regularly I remember this. I think somebody had told me, like, one of my uncles were like, besa la mano.
Oh, bésame la mano.
Yeah, besame la mano, which means like, say bendición. And I literally went to his hand and le besé la mano.
Kiss his hand?
Yeah, because you're telling me, I'm like probably like 5 or younger maybe. I don't even remember. But I remember that like it was yesterday. And now as an adult, I recognize like everybody was laughing, not because I went to besar, not because I thought I was doing something good, but because I was literally doing what he literally asked me to do,
Right.
in little terms. So I thought that was funny.
But yeah, those are dope parts. And like Miles's mom talking to him, teaching him to like it's time for her to let him go, and like you got to be on your own now. And you know what? I always want to hover over you and control your life, but you know what? You got to make your own decisions. And I remember when I asked you, I was like, are you ready when that happens?
Absolutely not.
When our kids are like 16, 17, no. And they're like, Mom, I want to make my own choices. Like,
no, I'm not ready.
But it was a dope moment where like there's gonna be a moment of that. Like,
oh, absolutely.
And
I just don't think I'm ready for that.
You not ready?
No,
not ready?
They're 6, 7. They're 6, 5, 4, and 2. Like,
they're your babies.
Not.
They're your babies forever.
Absolutely, I'm a mama. Absolutely, I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for like the conversations of like girlfriends and let me go out. I gotta hang out with my friends. I'm not ready for that. I'm already having tantrum. Like I'm having heart palpitations because my kid doesn't want me to give him a kiss at the door when I drop him off at school. He's talking about, why don't you kiss me in the car? Like, excuse me? You're 4 years old. You're 5 years old. Like, what do you mean? Like, you're going to be my baby forever. And even Zion now, like, the bus comes to pick up Zion, right? And I allow him, I'm letting him grow, right? And I allow him to walk from the front of the door while I stand at the door. Our driveway is really long, and so I allow him to walk from the front of the door down to the driveway where the bus comes to pick him up. And even that was hard for me because I was one to be like outside waiting for the bus with him at the bus stop, and allowing him to do that. Even then, he tells me, hurry up, the bus is coming, give me a kiss. I don't want you to embarrass me. And I'm like, excuse me? Like, I'm an embarrassment? Like,
no, I get it.
So I know that he's growing, and I know that the kids are growing, but I'm not ready for that. They're my babies.
Yeah, they'll always be our babies, but it's hard,
It is
for us new parents. It's just like we get attached to them, and then like, oh man, now we gotta let them go. But then we gotta remind ourselves that this God has given us this gift for a moment, right? And we have to like cherish that moment and surrender it to God, and work on us, and and move forward.
Yeah, I mean, I also enjoy having the kids around. Like, I know sometimes we play music. We're big music fans here in the house. Mm-hmm. And we play a lot of music when we're picking up, when we're just relaxing with the kids. And the music is playing. And sometimes my husband will grab me to dance with me. And Ariela's at an age now where she gives me the dirty look. Like, when you're dancing with me, you remember the other, I think it was like the day before yesterday. She was we have a open kitchen, open space where the living room, the kitchen is open so you can see. And she was at the living room, at the kitchen counter sitting. And you started dancing with me, and she was just like upset.
And she
gave me the, like, what are you doing look, right?
It's my daddy.
And I kept on laughing. I was dancing with you. Yeah,
trying to make her jelly.
Making her jelly. And then it wasn't until I said, bang, like, come. And she got off real quick from the table, and she came and she like, I gave her your hand, and she just like automatically. And remember, you were like, dance with your mommy, and she was like, no. And then I said, baila con papi, and she let me go real quick and grabbed your hand to dance with you. I love to see that moment with her. Like, she's daddy's little girl, and she's having those moments with you where I'm trying to capture them video so that she can have those moments to look back and be like, my dad, you know, like, you're a superhero for them, like complete superhero. And even the boys, being able to be that example for our boys, right? That they see the love between us and the passion we have for each other and the love we have for each other. I see it, that they look at us at times, like, even though they don't want to recognize it, because they're like, that's gross. Like, yeah, they're at an age now that they're like, oh, that's gross. We know. You're embarrassing. But I definitely think that they recognize it, because even Zion is like, oh, when I have a wife, I want to be like that. And so, you know, we're planting those seeds in our kids because they see that love between us, and they see what a healthy relationship is.
And more is caught than taught.
Absolutely.
They learn more by what they see.
Absolutely.
By what than typically when we talk to them.
Absolutely. But it's true, because even sometimes I'll be like, Zion, why are you yelling? He's like, but you yell. And I'm just like,
yo, I'll be catching myself like, right? The words that I say, and he's just repeating it back.
Even today, right? When we were coming back, we went for ice cream today. And when we came back, Zachary was complaining, right? And Zion was like, you're being ungrateful.
You got to be thankful.
You got to be thankful.
Because you get toys, you get this. And then I see him like looking at us at the same time, talking to him, and I'm like,
see, I'm picking up that.
I'm picking up. I was like,
he's such a good big brother, though.
Yeah, he's a big brother.
He's definitely a good big brother, but sometimes I don't want to put that pressure on him of being that big brother, you know? But he's definitely a blessing to this family. He's an amazing kid. Of course. He's an amazing kid.
Each kid is different. They got their gifts.
Even for Ariela and Sebastian's birthday party, Ariela was sleeping in the beginning of her birthday party because it was her time to take a nap, which, FYI, she hasn't been taking naps since.
Nah, that's it. It's over.
Well, today she did, and yesterday she did. Yes, she took a nap today and yesterday.
Oh, but she takes naps, and if you leave her, if you take a drive,
yeah, she'll take a nap.
I think even Sebastian.
But today she took a nap here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she came out. The au pair and my sister got her dressed, right? And when she walked out the front door, Zion was like playing with his friends, the neighbors, and as soon as Ariela walked out the door, she was like, I was standing right there, and he's like, excuse me, give me a second, my sister and he got up and he went and grabbed her hand to bring her down the stairs so that everybody could see her at the birthday party. And I was just like, I was taken back. I teared up. I was just like, wow, my son is like really being a gentleman and seeing his dad. Like, I can see you through him. Yeah. And it's amazing to see. Like, my son, we're raising him well. You know what I mean?
Yeah. More is caught than taught, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah. How did you feel for the birthday party? Like, was it super stressful? Was it like?
Actually, it wasn't. You know why it wasn't? We catered the food.
Yo, no lie.
The catering. Shout out to Denny's Buffet.
Denny's Buffet
in Hawthorne, in Westchester. Amazing.
If you want the info, inbox my wife.
Let us know. I got you.
She'll let you know about
Dominican food. But amazing. Ese sazon is slamming. And he's realistic with you. Like, I was gonna buy the bigger trays, and he was like, "How many people, Sarah?" And I told him, he was like, "No, don't waste your money on that much food because you're gonna end up throwing it away. Don't do that." Like, he was so straightforward, and I appreciated that. And on top of that, I still made like my famous chicken dip.
Chicken dip.
I did the potato salad, and I did another rice, just because I'm like, we're Latinos. Latinos love to eat carbs, and rice goes fast, you know. So I figured, let me do rice. Rinde siempre. So even with that, I wasn't stressed. I want to give a thanks to my comadre, my cousin Patty, who always comes through and helps me with the decorations and does the balloons for me. And it was a lot of help for her just coming in. It was only her help me, and of course our pair.
She held it down.
It was her day off.
It was a day off. I mean, we paid her
early. It was a day off, but she wasn't expecting to get paid. We
blessed her because, you're gonna help us out. She's part of the family too. So
she got up early. She helped me upstairs with like any cleaning, which the kids while I was finishing up the food. And she also helped me after the balloons were all blown up. She helped me take it out and decorate outside. And she helped me with everything. And even when Ariela woke up, she dressed her. She did everything. And then even during the party, she was attentive to all the kids.
Yeah.
And everybody recognized that because even my comadre, Jess, my comadre, my best friend, she even recognized, she was like, I love your au pair. Like, she's so attentive. She was paying attention to the kids the whole time. Like, that's just in her heart, though. And I appreciate my au pair for that. Like, she's amazing.
She's amazing.
Which I wish she just, I mean, we're up to the point where she has to
she has to decide if she's going to renew for another year with us.
For another year.
Because every year you have to
contract for a year.
It's a contract for a year that you renew for if you're going to stay with us, with the host family. And but we respect her decision. We respect her decision. Young,
and I feel like the au pair, you know, they have an opportunity to have a visa to another country.
To come here from, you know,
she
third world.
Wants to explore. She wants to explore another state maybe or another place. And I get that. But just FYI, ain't no family like ours.
Nah.
I'm just saying.
Nah, we hook up.
We're a really good family.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
We're a good family. We're a good family.
We take care of her. We always pay. We pay extra. Yeah. Anytime you help out.
Yeah, she's amazing. She's amazing. I don't have anything to be like. I am thankful for her and I'm grateful for her. So I really hope that she renews for another year. But I know in my heart that if she doesn't, we understand that from the beginning.
Yeah,
it's a decision that she can make, and it'll be great if she stays. But if she doesn't, I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to be okay, and we'll just start to search for another au pair.
And, you know, also, like, I've spoken to the kids about that, too. Like, even in the beginning, with the au pair situation, we told them, like, hey, listen, she's going to be living with us.
Right.
And it's like a teacher. Every year, you're going to get a new teacher, right? But who knows? She might stay another year. But have the expectation that every year, you'll get a new babysitter to, you know, help you guys out. And help us out. And they're like, okay. I set the expectation because, you know, you don't want them getting attached and thinking they're going to be there forever. And then they break their heart.
Right.
And it breaks our heart. And it's like, what an emotional roller coaster are we getting into? Right. And it's like, nah, I prepped them, you know.
But I mean, she's going on vacation now.
She's going back to Colombia.
She's going back to Colombia for 10 days.
Mm-hmm. And then she'll be back.
And then she'll be back until December. But when she comes back, she has to let us know if she's going to renew or not. Mm-hmm. And when she lets us know, then we make a decision as to when we're going to start looking for the new au pair. Because the transition has to happen when she leaves.
You need like a good 4 months in advance to
start interviewing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which it's hard. I'm not going to lie. I just feel like having another person is just hard because I have to teach that person
the ins and outs, the routines of the home.
And it takes time to do that, but I also feel like it takes time for the au pair to adjust to a new family too, you know?
Yeah.
But you know what? God knows what we need, and God doesn't say oops. We don't have a God of oops, and He knows exactly what we need, and I'm at peace because I know God has our back, you know? Like, I'm at peace.
Facts.
Like, before I would have been stressing, and now I'm just like, I'm all right, God. You know what this family needs. This is your family, and I put it to you, and I give it to you. It's not our control, and whatever it is that we need, God, you're going to open up those doors for us. You're going to place and to put things in place that we need as a family. So I'm at peace.
Yeah, I think we'll be okay. In the end, everything has worked out.
Yeah.
Up until now, we always, like, people, like, just in life in general, we always stress things. Oh, my God, we need childcare, or we need a new house, or whatever the scenario.
Bills, the cars.
And everything in the end works out.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so I think everything's going to work out. We'll figure it out.
But I feel like this is a new Sarah. Don't you think? Because the old Sarah would have been freaking out.
I know, but...
My anxiety would have been like on 100 right now. And I'm just like, chill.
Yeah.
And it's not that I don't care, because of course I care. But I'm just like, God, I can't control what's not in my control. You know what I mean? Like, I can't continue to put that pressure on myself.
Nah.
And so I've given that anxiety to God, and I'm just like, Lord, take the wheel. I can do my part, but I need you.
Amen.
I need you. And I know that He has my back. And I think that even with and speaking about anxiety, I think that my anxiety has been so much better because of that. Like I was talking to my therapist about it, and I'm just like, I feel like my anxiety is in a better, like I don't see that anxiety. Like I literally given that to God and just been like, here. And every time I feel like that anxiety is coming along, I stop what I'm doing and I'm just in His presence because I'm like, I feel like being closer to God is what helps me get through that.
Right.
And so I've just been giving it to God and like, Toma, I can't do nothing. So I'm just going to put it at your feet and you're in control of anything that happens.
And you, just on that note, what do you think about your therapist? Is it good? Like, do you recommend a therapist?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that everyone, it's great that I have a great relationship with my husband. And I think that that's amazing. But I think that we all bring trauma. We all have some kind of backstory, right? Our backstory. And some of us have trauma. And sometimes I know in the Latin community, we don't discuss trauma. We don't discuss things that have happened.
Sort of like
we
frowned
just push
upon.
it under the it's kind of frowned upon. And so I feel like going to therapy and speaking about the things that are really happening in life. Like I have a lot of things happening in my life and it has happened in my past that I never dealt with.
Right.
I was always taught to just move on.
Move on.
You know what I mean? Like that's life. Move on. And as an adult, it's creeping up. And I don't want to pour that onto my children. I don't want to pour that into my marriage. And it's gotten to, for a long time, it was okay. But it's gotten to a point now that I'm seeing it creeping up in my marriage. And I'm seeing it creeping up in my children, like me reacting to my children. And so I turned to therapy.
Yeah.
And I love my therapist.
Yeah.
I absolutely love my therapist. I love therapy. I have therapy on Tuesdays at 10 o'clock. And it's just amazing. Like, it's great. It's a great moment. So I take my lunch break early and do my therapy session. But it's great. It's an amazing time that I get to just pour down. And I also get revelations of a lot of things that I'm like, wow, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
a different perspective.
Yeah, and it's from a neutral person that doesn't know me. That doesn't know anything. You know what I mean? Like, it's not biased because I'm Sarah. Like, no. This is someone that is just neutral. And so I enjoy it. How do you like therapy?
So I've been doing it.
This is your first time doing therapy.
First time doing therapy. I've been doing it now since January.
Yeah.
We're in
6 months.
6 months.
Do you recommend it?
Yes, I recommend it. Mainly our insurance covers it
fully.
So our insurance covers it fully. So sometimes it could be a stepping block because
finances, right?
Financially, who's gonna cough up $150 every session? You know,
right.
And we get to do it every week,
right?
So and our insurance covers it. So but do I recommend it? Yes, because you get to talk to them outside. You know, sometimes you don't get to someone to vent to. You know, and your partner sometimes is not the best person to vent everything completely, because you know it's there could be deeper issues that you need to resolve with yourself, and sometimes you need a filter before you speak. Let's say you want to share something with your spouse, and maybe get a second opinion from someone professional, unbiased, to get a different perspective. But for me, since January, it's been, I ain't gonna front, it's been a little up and down. Like sometimes I feel like, man, I feel like I'm just talking to somebody, but sometimes I feel like, you know what? Thank you for that perspective. And I'm not gonna knock it. Like, even if from the moments that I've gotten good nuggets, I think it's worth it. Like, I'll give you an example. On my last session, we were just talking about work schedule, right? And you know how my work schedule now, this work shift, I got to be at work at 5:30 in the morning, and it's like I get home at 7 o'clock at night, 7:30 to 8 o'clock at night, and it's like and then I'm going to bed at midnight, right? So I'm really only sleeping 4 hours.
Yep.
And then I have a little 2.5 hour break, and I'm sleeping during that time. I'll take a nap, on my lunch break. And even then, it's just stressful, right? And then anyways, during that conversation with the therapist, going back and forth, and now I have a new schedule, and I'm gonna go in a little later. I'm gonna go in at 7, right, instead of 5:30 in the morning. But I get paid a little less because I've got less time. But the question he like came back to me was like, okay, so how much different are you? How much more different are you making, or less making less? He's like, well, it's about $300 less a month. He's like, well, the question is, would you pay $300 a month to have peace, to sleep more, to be able to go to the gym now because you feel better, like to have a better connection with your kids and your wife because you're feeling a lot better because you're rested? Would you pay $300 a month? He's like, yeah, that's what you're doing. And I was like, you're right. I never looked at it like that. Yeah, $300 a month is worth it. So even that perspective, it was worth it. But yeah, it's worth it. Sometimes it does feel like I'm just talking to somebody, but sometimes I get good nuggets.
Well, that's therapy.
That's therapy, right? My first experience.
The therapy sessions are, and coming from someone that has a master's in social work and knows what it is to be in therapy and to give therapy, because I was giving therapy.
Oh yeah, you did that.
That's therapy. You get out of therapy what you put in it. What the client puts in it is what they're going to get out. The therapist is not there to fix your problem. You know what I mean? The therapist is there to walk you through that, to be able to peel away everything else so that you can get to what it is. And that little nugget is really what that therapy is like. Right. So I always look at it as, I'm going to get out of my therapy as much as I'm putting it in it. Right. If I'm not putting in the work, then why would my therapist even bother? You know what I mean? Like, it's really our work. But like I said, in the Latin community, that is frowned upon. You know what I mean? And so I feel like with this generation now, it's moving. Yeah. And so it's more accepted. And therapy is more accepted. And being in therapy and going to therapy and receiving therapy, it's all more accepted now in this generation. But our parents, you know, therapy was for the crazy. That's
they needed therapy.
Like. They definitely need therapy.
Our parents needed, but you know what?
No, they don't. They didn't need. They needed.
Yeah, but they didn't know. It's like they didn't know that our parents migrated to this country. They're on survival mode.
Of course.
But now this new generation, where we learn. And
generation of change. We're changing that cycle. You know, and not only that, like, therapy is not only when you have problems. I think that therapy is healthy in general. Yeah. You know, you shouldn't have to go to therapy only because you have problems. Go to therapy because, like you said, you're getting that non-biased person looking in from the outside and being able to point things out for you. Like, I've gotten a lot of things that I'm like, wow, I didn't think of that. Like, I didn't see that. Or, damn, you know. I know she's so tired because every time I'm like, my husband is so amazing, and she's like, she must be like, he's so perfect, and I'm like, no, that's.
Oh, what else are you telling her? What else are you telling her about me?
I just tell, like, she'll ask me like, oh, how's the husband? You know, because I really, and I'm being fully transparent with you guys, I do have a problem with lashing out when I get upset. My emotions, I don't know how to control them. Well, I don't know how to control them. I tend to try to control them, but once it gets to the point that I'm on that peak, I just blow up and I start lashing out for no reason. And then after I lash out, I'm like, why did I do that? Like, what the hell? But that's because of things that I'm not mad. Like I said earlier, like, I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at the fact that we are not spending time together. I'm mad at the fact that I miss you. And that irritates me, so that comes off as if I'm arguing, you know, being argumentative with you. But in reality is that I'm upset because I don't have time with my husband. Right. And so sometimes I've lashed out, not because I'm mad at you, but because of a situation that is happening at that moment. Like, my wrist was hurting me for a long time. And so I was just aggravated and aggy and just like annoyed. And it wasn't at you. It wasn't at my kids. It wasn't at no one. It was just at the pain that I was going through, you know? Right. And so it's just those moments that you're like, why did I do that? And I have a lot of those moments. So I've been working on my lashing out. And I think I've been doing good. Yeah. I mean, I still have work to do. I'm not 100% perfect. But every time I come to her, I'm like, you know, I did this and I said this. And I even caught myself, like, recently that I know I've shared this, I'm going through something with someone that I love It means a lot to me. And that's been affecting me a lot. And so I'm in a group chat with a couple of other people, and I got so upset the other day, and I was just like, and I text and I vomited everything all on that phone. I was just vomiting everything. Yep.
And you and
yep. And the funny thing is that I didn't have session this week because Zachary had graduation on Tuesday.
Oh yeah.
And so I missed my session. I had to cancel my session because I had to be at the graduation. And so I was laughing because right after I did that,
now you're like, oh, I gotta tell my therapist now.
Yep. That was in the back of my head. Like, I can't wait to tell her this. And she's gonna be like, we talked about this. But
they hold you accountable too, so it's good.
Yeah. I had a moment with God that next morning in my time with worship and my time of being in his presence. And after I sent that text, immediately after, I literally heard God like, really? Like that was how you should have responded? Is that the way I respond to you? And I was just like, that conviction was just like heavy. And I know that I told you, I was like, oh, because I sent this and I sent this message and you didn't say anything. And I was like, he hasn't said anything, but I know God was already talking to me. So the next day, I apologized to that group of people. I apologized and just said, even though I'm upset and I know I have reasons to be upset, it wasn't okay. That reaction was not okay. But I really fight with the fact that because I'm a Christian, every time I do lash out or have a moment like that, which I haven't had a moment like that in a long time with that group of people, I'm always looked at like, you should know better. You're the Christian. And it's like, yes, I'm the Christian, but my heart is not made of steel. I have a heart and I have feelings and I have emotions and I'm in the flesh and I am going to fail. And what's important is that I recognize it and I move forward from that. And so I'm being a bigger person and saying, I'm sorry, I was wrong. It took so much from me because I didn't want to do it. But I felt that conviction from God so heavy. And that's so important when you're so connected to God. Immediately you feel that. Like, what you doing? Like, I literally felt him. And like him telling me like, no, you're wrong. I know you're in pain. You have all the reasons to be upset right now. I'm on your side. But the way you reacted was wrong. And I literally cried that entire day after that. And then asked God for forgiveness. And I asked those people for forgiveness. And I apologized for my reaction. And that I should have been better in communicating how I was feeling. But it was a big moment for me because I usually don't. It takes me like about weeks to apologize for something like that. And I felt good after. You know what I mean? Like I felt like Daddy was proud. Right. Daddy was proud at that moment to see like, okay. And even that day that happened, in my time with God, I started dancing again. Yeah. Yeah. I was in his presence and I was just worshiping and dancing, and it felt so good to be in his presence like that. So that was a moment I had this week.
Nice. And what does that do? Let me ask you, just for the audience and for everyone else. So what does that do for you? Like when you say you spend time with God, like what is that for you? Like what do you feel? What does it do for you? Like why do you do it?
Well, I definitely do it because I want to be closer. I want to feel him. I want to smell him. I just want to be in his presence. I want to forget about everything around me and just give him my all. And I just worship him and give him thanks for allowing me to even wake up that morning, allowing me to have health, and allowing me to have a home, allowing me to be able to provide for my family. I just in his presence and just take that in, that peacefulness, and it's like I get goosebumps. It's just a special moment. Like it's a moment that it's like no other. Right. Nothing is compared to that moment with God. And I talk to him and I cry and I laugh and I'm just in that moment with him, and I feel so much peace over my life, over me. And I feel like when I start my day off like that, right, the rest of my day is perfect. Like the rest of my day is just like Nothing.
That's facts.
Nothing bothers me. Like things happen at work, and I'm like, go. Like okay. Like I'm not allowing for that to happen, and so I needed to get closer to him even more. Because I would do like, all right, I'll do my prayer and just real quick. And sometimes because life is so fast, we just do prayers, right? But this, I really gave it like an hour of just like
an hour
worship and like prayer and like
reading girl, his word. You going in?
I needed that day.
Yeah, that day. Yeah,
that day was big. But usually I give like 15, 20 minutes because of my work schedule and the kids and everything. But I did an hour that day. No lie. Wow. I needed it.
That's good.
Yeah. It was really good.
That's good.
It's like a perfume that never goes away kind of thing. Yeah. Like it's just.
Yeah, it's different. Like I've been more intentional. Like I did like a personal challenge.
You did.
Of like in the last 30 days, I did like a personal challenge to just listen to Christian music, right? Just listen to church music, worship, anything that's related to Jesus and God, and just listen. It's actually a challenge from another girl preacher who just challenged people. It's like, just do it for the next, whatever where at the gym, listen to worship or just Christian music anywhere you're walking, whatever scene that you listen to music, put Christian music.
I'm not gonna lie. Every time I got in your car, that's all you had on.
Yo, and then I had to tell you because I'm like, yo, honey, I'm gonna be doing this. I need you on board because I know sometimes you want to hit up some merengue and some hip hop and some reggaeton and stuff like that. And I'm like, you know what? Let me just me. So
and I respected that.
And for the sake of that, and then no lie, that it changed my perspective too, like on what I'm consuming, and what I'm feeding myself, and now like it's like a sugar detox. Sometimes you just need that so you can reset your how sensitive you are. So, anyways, I've been doing that, and it's like I've been feeling like spiritually I've been feeling like God speak to me more, being more connected to Him, and it's that was my journey in the last 30 days. So that was a dope moment. And then now obviously broke it off, and now I'm like introducing a little bit of music, Spanish music, everything back. But now I'm trying to like filter that, even that.
Good for you.
But yeah, but I understand that whole time of worship is
it's so important, right?
Yeah.
Like even to have that moment with God, to pray, like, you know what I love? That our kids are big on that. Like they correct us.
Yeah.
Like we in bed already, guys. Like we put them to bed at 8:00 in our home. Our bedtime is 8:00. And when they put their bed, we'd be in bed already. And Zion, our oldest, would get out of bed and be like, we didn't pray together. And we're like, geez, all right, let's get up and go and pray for them and pray with them. And their prayers are so intentional. Their prayers are like specific. Yeah. And I love that they have that conviction. I love it. It brings me so much joy. And even Ariela, I say, vamos a orar, and she puts her hands together.
Amen.
But that's the foundation.
Yeah.
We're planting those seeds for them, and they see it in us. So even they pray before they eat, and that's something you've done with them, and you've continued to install that in them. And when you're not present, that's the first. I put their plate down, and they're like, "Thank you, God, for this food," and they start eating. And I have been caught off guard, and I just taken back by it. Taken back because I'm like, wow, Lord, thank you. Thank you for allowing us and trusting us with this treasure that you've given us and this gift that you've given us of these children. And we are trying our best to install what you are in us.
That's right. Pues no, anything you want to share, baby? Anything else? I think we've covered a lot. And just to wrap up, we went from, talk about us and, our last 2 weeks in the party, prep planning, you messed up your wrist, from talking to that, talking about therapy, to talking about God in our lives. And it's
I would say, just real quick, I
yeah.
would say, if anything, putting God first is everything.
Facts.
God as the foundation. And don't allow anyone to dictate what your relationship with God is. We all have different relationships with God. And just being transparent with him, because he knows the truth. And allowing him to be that foundation.
Yeah.
And God is a gentleman, you know. He's not going to just come in unless you invite him. And so if there's anything that you take from any of our podcasts is know that God is real and know that he wants to be a part of your lives.
Facts.
Know that he wants to be there. He wants to be a part of your life. And as long as you invite him in, he's going to be there. And don't get me wrong. When I gave my life to Christ, it wasn't all nice. I feel like that's when the war started. But I knew that holding on to him, everything was going to be okay. And it has been. It has been.
That's right. That's right. Seek God, read your Bible, have a moment in prayer with the Lord, and let him in your life more, let him in your life to change you, to transform you, to be a better you, a better year. Give your life to God and give it to him in every area of your life, even more. Absolutely. Don't stay the same. God doesn't want you to keep you the same. He wants you to grow. So yeah.
He wants the best for us. He wants the best for us.
That's right.
He has given us the desires in our hearts. So if God is with me, ¿quién pueda contra mí?
That's right. That's right. So no, guys, if you feel like you relate to this podcast or the message that we've been sharing that you like the podcast, like the video, check us out on our other channels that we have on YouTube, Instagram,
TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and of course YouTube.
So subscribe if you feel that you relate to this, and we love you guys. If you've got any questions, send us, inbox us for any info. And yeah, thanks for listening. Peace
out, guys.